going to be revisiting the Casio G-Shock GW7900. Let's get right into it. As always, let's do a quick 360 just so we can see what we're dealing with here. There's the case back, very boilerplate G-Shock case back. Here's your band. And there you go. For price, you can easily find the 7900 online in price ranging from $90 to $150. Some websites are outliers and they will charge you up to $200, but in my experience, you can easily find it in that previously mentioned price range. For the diameters across the top from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we are looking at a diameter of about 50 millimeters, and then for case thickness, about just under 16 millimeters. For weight, we are looking at a very respectable 69 grams and just under 2.5 ounces. So very light and a very good option for EDC. Here is the wrist shot for you guys. Very comfortable. It will ride a little bit high with the thickness of 16 millimeters, especially for those of you that are not used to G-Shocks. However, it's perfectly reasonable, and I have had no issues with the overall height of the 7900. For functions and features, starting off, it is a solar charging watch as well as multi-band 6, so that is absolutely fantastic. A lot of G-Shocks have that capability, and this is the case where the more the merrier. If all G-Shocks could have solar charging and multi-band 6, then the world would just be a better place. Now going over the main dial, starting off at the top, you've got your calendar information, so day of the week and the calendar. And then right here you've got a little graphic indicating your moon phase, and then right next to that is your tide graph, and then right next to that is your 10-second animation. So it does give the main display a little bit of character, but it's also just a quick reference for you, without having to go directly to the stopwatch feature if you just wanted to measure time and have a good source of reference. And then underneath that is your main time, and then right underneath that is your charge level, so you can see L, M, and H indicating whether your battery is low, medium, or high. I have had no issues with the battery charge. There have been times where I have left this watch in the dark for months at a time, but it has never left the high charge status. And right here at the bottom is your backlight button, and as we all know, G-Shocks have that phenomenal backlight, which I will show you later on. Now just cycling through the different menus or different modes. Here's your mode button right here. We've got your tide menu, and here you can manually change it. So if you just go online and figure out the tide data, you can really adjust it so that way your watch is always accurately showing the correct tide information. And then you've got world time, alarm, stopwatch, timer, and back to your main time. So very standard set of features from G-Shock, but as we all know, they operate flawlessly, and really no complaints there. And right here on the case back, you can see that it says water resistant, 20 bar or 200 meters. So you can comfortably wear this in any environment and not worry too much about it. Let's go ahead and check out that lume now. There's that backlight, just absolutely wonderful. It's not too bright, but not dim at all. It's perfect. Now let's just go over my personal thoughts about this watch. If you didn't know, the 7900 is part of a line called the G Rescue. So I think G-Shock is really marketing this one towards Coast Guardsmen, lifeguards, anyone in the nautical industry and life-saving industry. And as far as reliability and toughness goes, I think to that end, the 7900 has really met the mark. Everything from the overall dimensions to the weight to the ease of wearing and comfort really caters to those people that are constantly in a rough and tough working environment. And not even from a practical standpoint, but just an aesthetic standpoint, I think that the 7900 really just looks super cool. From the white text around the main case, and then you've got the red multiband 6 and tough solar. It really has all of the quintessential components that make up what we all know as G-Shocks. I've always sort of affectionately called the 7900 the younger brother or the baby brother to the Frogman, because while they are very different in appearance, they also have a lot of different traits that are similar. And you can see for yourself that, you know, maybe they might not be brothers, but cousins from the same family tree. And I always thought that was just the coolest thing. Now, if there was one thing that I could change that would make the 7900 just perfect, is if they would add a shortcut button to the stopwatch. I feel like that would be a feature that would be super practical to people in the Coast Guard or people who are rescue swimmers, and so on and so forth. I think that if they took a page from the Rangeman right here, which it actually might be difficult to see, but this button right here, if you push that, it's a shortcut to the stopwatch. And that is very practical for people in law enforcement, in the military, so on and so forth. And one more change that I would make, and this is really just a personal preference of mine, is if they swapped out the stock band and traded it out with the dual clasp band that we see in so many modern G-Shocks. I just think that would give it a touch of coolness and really give it that modern G-Shock look. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts and overall review of the 7900. All in all, it's an absolutely fantastic watch, super wearable, very comfortable, and very practical. I do recommend it if this is one that you've been thinking of. And if you don't even know where to start, you can't ever really go wrong with a G-Shock. There's so many different styles, and this is one of them that is fantastic. I hope that this helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, bye.